Man, these taxis sure are crazy. You know what? I've heard a lot of people say they don't like the Dreamcast. I think it's one of the best systems ever. It's one of the best.
Exactly.
The best system.
Well, you know what? It didn't sell that well.
It's underrated.
Oh, it didn't sell that well. Well, I'm sorry.
But you could connect it to the internet. It had a 56K modem.
Well, you had the Sonic games.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Crazy
Sonic,
Taxi.
And you had Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
Now. And that had it had a very slick polygonal look.
It was just Crazy Taxi. Every game was Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
If you took away the characters and it was just a city...
It was these quirky characters.
What about Jet Set Radio?
Same quirky characters, except you're on rollerblades, because it's the 90s, and you spray paint. I would say it's not the worst system. The Saturn was worse.
The Dreamcast was Sega's former apology for the Sega Saturn, which I've never even played before.
It's terrible.
But I'm pretty sure it's
because if you got a Sega CD...
What games were there for the Saturn? Like Virtua Fighter? No, it didn't have a Sonic
It had
game.
a Sonic. You had the Sonic games you could play for the compilation of the first other Sonics, but no, it did not have any new...
Well, I could do that on my computer. Who cares?
At least they're being honest about it. You know, Nintendo just keeps releasing the same game with new names.
Yeah.
We'll throw Spinball in there.
Well, speaking about Nintendo, I think the Virtual Boy, even though it is portable, still it gave kids headache. It was just 2 colors. Made your forehead sweaty.
Yeah, but you looked awesome wearing it.
Okay, what about the Wii U?
What about it? No.
That was so passive aggressive.
It plays Netflix really well with the touchscreen.
Well, everything plays Netflix really well.
Yeah,
Smart TV. That's our. Is that why we're judging consoles now?
It's HD.
Hey, it's better late to the party than never showing up.
It was like 5 years late.
They were fashionably late. They were fashionably HD late. Wii U is bad, but what about the CDI? And they even had Zelda games for that.
The animation was just freakishly awful. I've had nightmares from it.
I mean, it was suicide-inducing, but at least they knew what they were.
That was a big problem.
And they came up with... So basically, the new CDI, or the CDI, has more new Zelda games than the new Wii U does.
What about, remember TurboGrafx 16?
No one does, Mike. Quit bringing it up.
We
had bonk.
No,
It had bonk.
we all blocked that out. It never happened.
The Atari Jaguar, that was like a $600 system. There was some rich kid on your block that had it.
It was.
That or the Neo Geo system.
There were a lot of systems that really slipped through the cracks.
What about the Xbox, which originally came in a Volvo box?
It was huge.
It was gigantic.
It didn't do that well, but...
It had a giant pearl in the middle of the controller that...
Oh, the controller
had no
was...
function.
Yeah.
It was like holding a Frisbee with 2 pieces of controller.
Well, it had Halo.
And you got, and your system wouldn't fail 40% of the time. So, I mean, those are great odds.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that system was put out by Vegas. It had such bad odds.
I think that was the biggest system ever. It was a brick.
It's like the brick phone.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have like someone install it.
Well, instead of a processor, they accidentally put a brick in it, is the joke he's making. You see.
How do we wrap this one up?
I think that's good. I think we had a lot of good
All
stuff.
right.
Of that 15 minutes, we had at least go 5. Which I'm going to put up.
You got a lot of cuts.